Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm honest Jack Later, son Lake Jackson, and I apologize. I've been MIA. I've been working on some crazy stuff for a friend of mine who was getting knighted, which is a thing, and our LARP down here. So yeah, follow me on the Instagrams and stuff like that. You'll see what that is. But let's do some awesome food. This is going to be a meatless pasta dish. Now, some people think, I can't do it, blah, blah. But it's a way to just enjoy vegetables, enjoy your pasta and stuff without having to do meat stuff. So it's completely meat. It's supposed to be a little bit healthier. I need to work on that. So this is going to be great. Before we jump into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTubey stuff. Get the notifications if you ring the little bell down in that corner. Also, there's a link down the doobly-doo for our merch. Like our apron. I'm actually wearing that apron. Yeah. But we got fake hands and pot holders and spoons and spatulas and the flipper thingy. Whatever. It's all down there. We're small business. We very much appreciate it. And let's just get into the food. Shameless plug over, right? Just food.
All right, so this is like three simple things, right? Like you're gonna want a bag of frozen vegetables, whatever you're looking for. I'm using the California style mix. It's just broccoli or whatever, but I've seen this done with just about any other kind of vegetables, but that works perfect. Get you any kind of pasta you want. I got the fettuccine. I guess it's supposed to be fettuccine, whatever. But any kind of pasta. Like you can use about half of this package here. About a cup or so of pasta is what you're shooting for if you want to use any of the smaller stuff. Now, your seasonings is what you're going to go for. Now, you're going to need a little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon, two. Now, these are your big two. Basil and oregano. I made a friend this weekend named Basil or oregano. Or I can't remember. It could be Lowry seasoning salt. Couldn't remember. That's an actual shout out to them. All right, and then you're going to want a little bit of salt. Doesn't have to be the fancy stuff. And then here's some big ones, garlic powder and onion powder. Now, I'm going to use some regular garlic instead of my garlic powder just because it's fun, but it's not mandatory. Powder's fine. If you feel like spicing it up a little bit, some of the cracked pepper, perfectly fine. Parsley, you can put a little bit of, stay on there. A little bit of parsley is fine, or you can skip all of that and just get Italian seasoning. If you have it sitting around, works fine. I also got this. I got this from my friends. Shout out to them. Thank you very much. I'd like to use this Tuscan stuff, but again, use whatever you feel like here, but just the Italian seasoning of any kind, or do it from scratch. Also, garlic pepper. Don't use salt. I'm not a big fan of the garlic salt stuff, but garlic pepper seems to fit right in with the rest of this stuff. So, yeah. Just stay where I put you. There you go. Be good. And this is ready to go. So first things first, get you a pot of water, fill it about halfway up, turn the heat up. You want to get that to a decent boil. Now, I've heard people yell at me because I'm cooking pasta without salting it. So I'm going to do this just for you guys. Here, just going to get a little bit of my salt. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then I'm going to just put a pinch in. That's how you get. Screw you. Yeah, I don't believe in salt water. I'm not a big fan of that anyway. So we're going to let that, and you're going to ignore the smoke coming off of it where we accidentally superheated the bottom of our air fryer with the grill. So we're going to ignore that. So get your vegetables, put them in a strainer or a bowl, and you're just going to run some water over them to knock some of that ice of them off. They can still be slightly frozen, so you're fine, but just you want to get a little water on them. So again, I'm using just my finger here, just inverting and just grabbing just that much, just to that bottom knuckle on my thumb, and that gives me enough for 2 servings of this, okay? Or 2 really big servings of it, or 4 small. So put that in there. Now be careful if you're hanging this off. Now I'm using an electric one. If you turn it sideways here and it pokes out a little bit, the gas, if it gets too high, can actually catch the bottom of these on fire, which it's actually happened. I've very experienced not to do that. So we got that nice and boiled. Be sure to check it. When it starts getting soft, go ahead and use anything. I'm actually getting to use my pasta spoon thing there, so it makes me feel good to just kind of stir it down in there. Get your decent sized skillet. You're going to put it about medium to medium low. You don't want to put it too high. Put about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, depending on the amount of vegetables you have. And if you're going to use fresh garlic or this already pre-minced garlic, go ahead and throw this in. If you're just using the powdered garlic, don't worry about it. We can put that in later. So I threw about honestly about half a tablespoon of that, like maybe 2 teaspoons, whatever, just enough to make my ancestors reach out and say, go ahead and stop. So now we're going to add our rinsed vegetables. They're still kind of frozen, still kind of stuck together. That's where we're going to keep it on this low side, and we're going to slowly cook this up while we're waiting on our pasta, okay? Give it a nice stir. Be sure to put all the frozen bits in the middle where it heats up best, and it'll start breaking those apart. You don't want them to get too wrinkly. You can use fresh stuff here, but again, we're working on this budget where we're just like breaking it down and got this for like $1. Okay, be sure to keep your pasta, keep checking on that. You want to give that pasta about 10 minutes. If you don't want it as al dente, you want to do about 11. Okay, so just put it in there, keep it nice and stirred, and keep it boiling, okay? And the angry water. So once you got it nice and separated, where it's starting to cook down a little bit, now we're going to add our seasonings. So this is all on you. That's usually about an eighth to half of a teaspoon of each of this stuff, but again, it's completely up to you on the seasoning. If you're using just regular like Italian seasoning, just put it on, stir it around, give it a taste test is the best way to do this. Again, this is all just personnel, how you do it personally, not personnel. You do it personally, just put it in there. I usually go pretty heavy on my basil and oregano and my onion powder. Mostly because there was no fresh onion or raw onion in the frozen vegetables. Get a little bit of salt here, but I don't do a lot. Each person is individual and different on how they want to put those in there. I do personally put in the crushed red pepper flakes because I like just a little bit of spice in there, mostly because I'm worried that just straight vegetables can be bland. So again, get that in there, get it nice and turned, get your seasoning all over. Now remember, you want to keep it on the low side because all that seasoning you put on there, because it's all based on leaves, can burn, right? The salt will dissolve and blend into the rest of it, but the rest of this stuff will actually stick and burn, so keep it stirred a little bit, okay? So now your pasta's doing nice and good. You've had it in there for that 10 minutes to 11. I like mine a little more al dente when I'm doing it with my vegetables because it gives more of the crunchy fits in with the rest of it. So strain it, drain it, and put it right in your skillet. I'm not a big fan of cold pasta dishes, so I like to warm these up. I'm not adding any sauce or anything else. It's just vegetables, seasoning, a little bit of that olive oil, and then your pastas. And give it a nice turn. You put the pasta in there, it actually gets that seasoning on that as well. So that's always just a nice, just for maybe 30 seconds to a minute, just give it a nice toss in there. Okay, and then once that's done, pull it out, turn off the heat, and you are set. So this turned out really, really well. It's beautiful, looks really good, it tastes great. You got to be a fan of vegetables. I can tell, I can feel right now, just as I'm filming and doing the voiceover, I can feel Jack's eyes rolling in the back of his head because of the greens and the vegetables in this. I'm not even a big fan of carrots, but this was actually very good. When I dressed it, I actually did put a little bit of extra salt on it and a little bit of that garlic and pepper that I didn't use in the cooking. But this turned out really well. It made two big platefuls like this, so you can break that down if you're serving it next to something else, because it's well under our budget. This was almost like half our budget. Like we do $10, this was almost $5. It was just that super cheap. I was thinking about revisiting later with some different vegetables and stuff, but this is great for meal prep, all kind of stuff, and it's healthy. So yeah, totally got to give this one a try, y'all.
And there you go. There you have it, guys. That is amazing. Like I said, it's great for like meal prep and stuff, trying to be healthier or whatever. This is all vegetables. That's great, right? Let us know how you do it. If you do it differently, want to see us do it differently, let us know. I'll come back to this. I'll try it again. That's cool. Put it down in the comments. That's what the comments are for. Or you can find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us all those. Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. Or over on Instagram, where it's Living Between. Had to shorten it down over there. You can find me on all of those under Us We Nerdy, including Twitter for now. Just kind of food and nerd stuff. And over on TikTok, where I'm doing some fun stuff over there traveling. I've been out, like I said, I've been out of the loop for like 2 weeks, so I apologize, but here we go. You gotta try it. Let me know. Happy fooding. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all next time.